But you know, if that, I guess worst case, that thing starts peeling, we'll have to I'll have to replace the hood wrap, which is kind of unfortunate because it's kind of expensive.
0-1, pedaling throttle, hit the gas through the dash when the cops come, supercharged with a rap that they flock to, no more words, you can race if you want to, take off at the red light, leave the dust on them, tail lights, pass the demon in the night on them, real loud, no sneaking like a lion on them, big roar when I let the gear slide on them.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, as you can see by the title, we are having some issues with the wrap. It is unfortunate, but it looks like the issue, after doing a little bit of research and looking around at it, isn't as big as it seems. So I'm about to go show y'all everything that's wrong with it and see what y'all think. So let's get into it. All right, so what actually happened is so something that I didn't personally know about vehicle wraps until I got the car myself, which had happened probably like a few times after waterless washing it, which I have told y'all that that's the best method for these wrapped cars, is easiest method, fastest method, and all that. I personally prefer to do that, just waterless wash it. You don't have to wash it every time. So I waterless wash it often to try to keep it clean and stuff like that. The only problem is I did a few times, say like I got to a car show and I would waterless wash it there at the show or whatever, try to make it look nice as possible for the event whatsoever. The problem is most of the time it would be like this, where the sun is directly on the wrap, and usually down here it's usually a hot day whenever the sun's out. So that's something that was a big no-no on wraps, which I did not know until happened to me, and then I actually saw on a video that this is what happens. So if you have a wrapped car and it's like a hot sunny day, and if the sun's been on it and it's, you know, warm to the touch like it would be with the sun out, you're not supposed to use waterless wash. Biggest cause that would happen from that, you'll still clean the car and all that, avoid scratches mostly, but the problem is the wrap actually it has a chance to peel because of obviously the sun being on it warms up the wrap, and it's obviously hot. So whenever you're using your microfiber towel, it has a chance of expanding and kind of like sliding that wrap out, and sometimes it'll come out from under the crease, which has happened here. So the first noticeable one at least, is under the hood. You might be able to even tell before we even open it up where it is. It's quite distinguishable. So as you can see right here, we got this nice little flap. Unfortunately, we have it, but as you can see, it's like a lot of this area right here. This is the really bad part right here, just because it looks like it's kind of like almost right at the edge, and it's a bigger part, so you can even see it like when the hood's shut, and it's very noticeable. But so the actual cause of this, like I was saying, so whenever you have waterless wash, you know, and you're wiping off the car, this has a chance to come unseated and kind of peel up from where it's, you know, underneath whatever part, like it can happen to any part, but on this part, just showing you an example, like under the hood. So it just kind of like came unstuck here and kind of just started unwrapping itself, which as soon as I found out, which this was the one that I noticed 2 of them total. There's that I did at least, but there's 3 spots that I know in total that have this issue. This is one that I caused for sure, from waterless washing it in the sun, in direct sunlight, and in the heat. Again, I didn't know before I had the wrap, so you live and you learn. I did see something else on YouTube where somebody mentioned that they had a wrap as well, and they had a similar issue, except theirs actually came off of the I think it was their fender, and like part of it was just sticking out through a visible part. So luckily this one didn't get there. It is still kind of annoying because if you know where this is, you can see it very clear, which y'all can see here. Y'all can still kind of see it, just looks weird. But that's probably the biggest one, just the most annoying one, just because you can see it like anywhere. Now that I pointed out, y'all can notice it like even from far away. But that's the biggest one, and like I said, it's just from using waterless wash and just going back and forth with the microfiber that and could cause this. It's not guaranteed to happen, but it's one of those like plausible outcomes. So if you do have a wrapped car, that is something that y'all got to be careful with. If you're wanting to waterless wash and it's like midday, one tip you can do is go to like an underground parking garage, or like a, you know, just a regular parking garage where it has shade. Leave it under there until it cools down out of the sunlight, waterless wash it, and then you'll be good to go. I know for sometimes you want to go to those car meets and car shows and you want your car to be looking nice, but to prevent it, try to do it before you get there, or find some area to like cool it off, then do it. Because imagine if this thing like peeled up and then I'm having to pay for like a whole new hood wrap. So that would have sucked. And I know a lot of you people that have a wrap would definitely not want to have a surprise like that happen to them if you didn't know about this. And the second one right here it's very small, very minor, but also very noticeable now since it's been pointed out. But it's right there in that fender well, right here, just a little piece. This one wasn't as bad, but they didn't pull as much wrap to go under there, so it's that's why it probably like sticks out so far compared to the other one. Like if it was as much as the other one, it probably would still like be where it's at, honestly. But there's the second one, and this was the one that was caused by me from waterless wash. Unfortunately, I didn't notice it like maybe like I would say maybe about a month and a half, 2 months in, is whenever I noticed that one. And then after I watched the video, I saw that this one on the hood started doing the same thing, and I was like, well, that would explain that. So since then, I don't ever put any spray or anything and try to clean it whenever there's sun out. It's always either in my garage when it's nice and cool, or at nighttime whenever there's no sun out and the car's not been on. So like even if it's not cloudy or anything and you run your car, your hood's gonna be warm. So same sort of thing, just you don't want that hot at all. Now please excuse how dirty this car is. Like, it is so filthy right now. But I actually got a video, another cleaning video that I'm gonna be doing I think tomorrow, so we're gonna see how this thing looks then, so y'all can be looking forward to that. It's not like the other one that I did. It's gonna be a little bit different, kind of like an experiment. So I think y'all enjoy it. I'm gonna hopefully enjoy it as long as everything goes well. This thing should be looking probably the best it's ever looked, but y'all be on the lookout for that. Okay, now the last one for today, last little peeling job, if you will. I hope that this thing can pick it up pretty well. See if I can find it. Oh, here we go. So right there on the trunk, right at the edge, there's this like little piece that's kind of like, that peels up, and whenever I wash my car, there's like water that drips from there. So that's kind of annoying. But yeah, that's the last spot. That was there whenever I got the car. That I didn't notice anything from whenever I did it. I did like check all the other seams, but everything looks to be perfect. I did go over a lot of this car whenever I did look at that video, and I wanted to make sure that maybe I didn't peel up any more of the wrap. But just going over the car, you know, little by little, after noticing a lot of imperfections in the wrap, I noticed that these two, the hood and the fender, are the only two spots that seems like I had caused myself, which is a big plus. Like, it could have been a lot worse, because if I wouldn't have known about that waterless wash thing, I probably would have kept doing it, you know, in the sunlight, not having a clue about what it could do to the wrap, and then having to pay for a wrap, and I still wouldn't have got answers because I didn't know. So luckily I found that out, and the car wrap is fine. It doesn't seem like I'm going to have to take it off quite yet, luckily. But you know, if that, I guess worst case, that thing starts peeling, we'll have to I'll have to replace the hood wrap, which is kind of unfortunate because it's kind of expensive, but I think it'll be fine. And the fender, because this has been like this now for like 6 months, 6+ months, and it survived the whole summer, so I think she'll be all right. All right, you guys, that's going to do it for the video. I hope y'all enjoyed and maybe learned something new about vehicle wraps, something that I'm glad I know now, where you can't waterless wash it in direct sunlight or when it's hot out. Always take that precautionary step. Try to make sure that the car is cooled down, or at least in the shade, for a good amount of time before you go to cleaning it. Even if you got a car show, arrive, you know, 30 minutes late, because you imagine arriving and your like wrap is peeling off of your hood or something like that, and then you look even worse than what you did whenever you got there. So definitely take it precaution on that. Keep that in mind. keep that information. If you are planning on getting a wrap, you now know this information as well, so that'll be good to hold. And if you got friends with wraps, send them this video, let them know about this. If you do see them using waterless wash, tell them to stop, or at least in the sunlight, tell them to stop, because it could cause a big problem with their wrap. But I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If y'all did, be sure to leave a like down below. Be sure to comment if you got a wrap. Be sure if you didn't know, be sure to let me know down in the comments as well. Be sure to subscribe and turn those bell notifications on. I'll see you in the next one.
SS22 Z01 sliding in a rainbow coupe. Saw your bitch, mouth drop, what it do? Worry